Hey, what's up, coin hunters? Welcome to a 1 penny coin hunt with me, Richie. Right, so I hope everyone is doing good and keeping safe and well. Right, I wonder what we're going to find in this batch. In the last video, I actually did find a, where is it? Falkland Islands, and I can't, oh, there it is. And I forgot to show it to you at the end of the video, so there you go. That was what we found in the last video. Forgot to show it in my rush. But yeah, very cool find that was. So what have you guys been finding when it comes to Pennywise? Have you been lucky enough to find a Falkland Island or a Gibraltar or Isle of Man penny recently? Because all I seem to find is the ones that's in here. And yeah, oops, that one went flying. So there's not much when it comes to like finding them in the wild. Only find really when they're in wrangled like this. But we have 500 chances to find something, so you know, it's a good chance that we may find something in this video, or we may not. It depends, really. So yeah, like I was saying, we can find stuff from Isle of Man, Jersey, Guernsey, Gibraltar, Falkland Islands, even some old pre-Euro Irish pennies. If you're not into that, you can, let me grab Croc. You can do that and pull out all the ones that's magnetic, and then keep the ones that's not. So then you can maybe do some copper stacking as well. But besides that, when it comes to British pennies, there is nothing really that is worth keeping, to be honest. Right, next one. Where am I going? That goes in the bin, doesn't it? Alright, let's see. Let's just have a quick browse, making sure everything's in camera shot. And no. So guys, I recently had this lady, right, who was getting on my bus and she dropped her keys. And this guy and this other lady came along and they wanted me to reverse my bus. Now the rules in London is you cannot reverse your bus unless, like, obviously you've got someone to help guide you backwards. You know, because you can get in trouble with it. So I told them that I cannot do that. I cannot reverse my bus. And the guy went crazy, you know, shouting at me about how horrible I am. I should be thinking about other people, and I should do what he asked because he's going to be a paying customer, basically. And he goes to me, so reverse the bus. I said no. And then he was super rude getting on. Super rude. I found it quite funny, to be honest. The lady did get her keys. They were just in the front of the bus. So I couldn't technically move the bus anyway because she was basically climbing under my bus to get her keys. And yeah, so this guy was shouting at me and stuff. And I thought to myself, you know what? I can't be bothered. I was actually thinking to say, yeah, I'll reverse it, but you have to get up, and then I was just going to drive off. But luckily for that guy and the lady he was with, the lady who dropped her keys managed to pick him up, and I carried on, and I could hear him bad-mouthing me, like very loudly on the bus. And I was thinking to myself, it would be so funny if something happens where it annoys him even more. Well, it did. Two classes of primary school children got on the bus. And I sat there smiling and watching him in the camera as his face changed even more angry. And I sat there, and obviously I have to sit there and make sure that they're all sitting down safely, making sure they're all safe before I pull off, because it has been raining here, and I don't want any of the little guys and girls to slip over. So I sat there. It did take a few minutes, and I could hear him, "Come on, driver, hurry up," kind of thing. And I waited, and then the seats run out because he was sitting just above the staircase on the upper deck, and all the seats on the upper deck run out, so a few of the kids had to come down the stairs. So I waited again for them, and then he you could hear him like just bad mouthing me and stuff like that. And then it got even more funnier because the very next stop, I was sitting at that stop for a good 5 minutes making sure they're all safe, and there was also a traffic light there as well, so I had to wait for the traffic light. And then the stop after that is where we do our changeover. So I got to that stop, I sat there and saw that the other driver was already there, but he was across the road. Then I did the announcement, and he went even more crazy, shouting and all of that type of stuff about how I'm wasting his time, he needs to be places. And I'm thinking to myself, number one, you asked me to do something that I cannot do anyway. Number two, the floor is slippery on the bus, and I got kids walking up and down the bus, you know, finding a seat, so I'm not going to move. And number three, I'm hungry. I want to go for my break. So yeah, he wasn't very happy about that. The lady who dropped her keys, she was lovely, and I did apologize to her that I couldn't reverse the bus backwards, and I did tell her that I'm not allowed to. She was cool. She was cool about it. She didn't mind, she understood. But this man and the lady he was with was very rude for no reason at all. And I think karma got them back for me. But yeah, that was actually pretty funny. That happened yesterday. And it's just funny how some people act towards bus drivers in general. The way, so, like, some people look down on us when they're getting on the bus. And I always get funny looks. I don't know if it's because the way I look. People look at me funny. And I do get a lot of Chinese people always comment about my tattoo there. And they always smile. And then they ask me what it means. Do I know what it means? And I smile back and I tell them. And they're always impressed that I actually say it back to them in Chinese, not in English. And yeah, it's fun in a lot of the ways, but sometimes you'll have them few people and you don't know if they're having a bad day or whatever, and you don't want to know, to be honest. And you do have some people that will stand there and try and talk to you, and you have to tell them I'm not allowed to talk when I'm driving. And it seems every time you stop they try and start the conversation again. But it's always good. It's like we have a young guy who has learning difficulties, and he's obsessed with my bus route. So he will stand at certain points of the bus route and he will wave and like shout bib bib, and I always bib him. I bibbed him once when I didn't realise it, but I had a TfL official on my bus checking me. And then when we got to the bus stand, he asked me, why did you randomly start blowing your horn? And I told him, we have a guy who has learning difficulties, and sometimes it comes over the radio that he's gone missing, and we always find him on a W whatever I do. And and yeah, it's just fun. It's just fun what we find or what happens on there. And that kid is really nice, and whenever I see him I always bib him. Even if he doesn't notice me, I'll bib, and he gets super happy. So guys, thank you very much for watching. We didn't find anything in this one, but that's the way pennies go. And I will see you in the next one. So take care guys, and happy coin hunting. Goodbye.